This is page 131, and our standard for the day that we're working towards is division in word problems. Now, you guys just were using the bar models to solve multiplication, and now we're still going to use those same bar models, but we're going to do it to find the inverse. We're going to use the inverse. We're going to use division to find the answer instead of multiplication. So let's go through this first problem. Juan finds 3 times as many shells at the beach as Jeremy finds. So we'll keep going. Juan finds 24 shells. Write and solve an equation to find the number of shells Jeremy finds. So we need to find the number that Jeremy finds. That's the question. We're going to use a bar model to help us set up this equation. So Juan finds 3 times as many shells as Jeremy. So Jeremy is our OG number. Okay, we're going to label him Jeremy. And he's our OG number. Do we know how many shells Jeremy finds? We don't, so we're going to write a question mark in there. Juan finds 3 times as many shells. So we do know how many Juan finds, so we're going to label Juan. And how many boxes are we going to draw? We're going to draw 3 boxes for our bar model. And that is because it says Juan finds 3 times as many as Jeremy. Jeremy's our OG number. We don't know what that OG number is, but we do know that Juan finds 3 times as many, and Juan finds 24. So we know the answer is 24. We can then use our bar model to set up our equation. So we know the answer is 24, so the equation would be 24 equals question mark times what? Times 3. We don't know. We do know that it's times 3 because it says 3 times as many, and we know the answer. 24 is question mark times 3. So now we have to solve for question mark. Okay. Now, one of the ways we can do this is by skip counting. We're going to skip count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. We stop at 24 because that's our answer. Do you know how to find a question mark using this strategy? We're going to find how many groups of 3 it took to get to 24. So we're going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we know that question mark is 8. And we know that 24 equals 8 times 3. If question mark equals 8, did that help us find the number of shells Jeremy could find? Well, Jeremy is the question mark, so the answer is Jeremy finds 8 shells. Please write what I write. You can pause it if you need to. So what we did on the other side is exactly what's written in this Model-It. So while we answer these questions, we can use the Model-It here to answer them. They're exactly what we wrote on the other side. Look, Jeremy's shells, Juan's shells, question mark equals 24. And then here is our equation. So you do not know the number of shells Jeremy finds. What part of the bar model shows the number of shells Jeremy finds? So the top part of the bar model shows the number of shells Jeremy finds, and that's our OG number. How does the bar model show how many shells Juan finds? Well, let's look at our bar model. The bar model shows how many shells Juan finds by creating 3 boxes and then showing the product at the bottom. And that's what I wrote. I wrote the amount Juan finds is shown with the 3 boxes and the product 24 at the bottom. You should pause your video to write that as well. Number 3, how does the bar model show that 24 is 3 times another number? It shows that with the product being at the bottom, 3 boxes with question marks inside the boxes. So I wrote it shows 3 boxes with question marks in the boxes with the product at the bottom. Number 4, how can you find what number times 3 is 24? And you can find this by skip counting by 3. Skip counting by 3 and counting how many groups of 3 equal 24. Write a division equation using numbers to show how many shells Jeremy finds. So the actual division that you did is 24 divided by 3 equals 8. 8. Explain how you can write a division equation from a model. So you're going to write the product. This is the product. This is the product. First, then you'll divide it by the number of squares. Divide it by the number of squares, 1, 2, 3. Divide it by 1, 2, 3. And then that's how you'll get your dividend. Or your quotient. Sorry, quotient means the answer for division. So now you're going to look back at your strategies. So do you prefer to use, or don't have to do that one because we're only doing one strategy. Number 8. Monique and Wint read the same book. Monique reads 63 pages one weekend. She reads 7 times as many pages as Wint. Write an equation with an unknown to find the number of pages Wint reads. Then solve the equation. So our first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw a bar model to help us write the equation. Okay. So it asks us to write an equation with an unknown to find the number of pages Wint reads. Okay. Well, let's see. Monique and Wint read the same book. Monique reads 63 pages one weekend. Okay. She reads 7 times as many pages. So we know that Wint is our OG. But we do not know how many pages he read. We know Monique read 63 pages. And that is 7 times more than Wint. So how many boxes are we going to draw? We're going to draw 7. And then on the bottom, we're going to write our product, which is 63, because she read 63 pages. She read 7 times as much as Wint, but now we have to find out what that question mark is. So how do we write that equation? Well, we write our product first, 63 equals question mark times, what are we going to multiply this question mark? Oh, sorry, guys. We're writing a division problem. 63 divided by how many boxes there are. Remember, that's what we decided over here. It's how many boxes there are. So how many boxes are there for Monique? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Divided by 7 equals question mark. You can solve this by skip counting. So we go 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. So that's 9. So question mark equals 9. The winning baseball team scores 4 times as many runs as its opponent. The winning team scores 8 runs. Write an equation with an unknown to find the number of runs its opponent scores. Then solve the equation. Show your work. So the winning baseball team scores 4 times as many as the opponent. The winning team scores 8 runs. So this is the losing team. And they scored 4 times as many as the losing team. So we don't know this, but we do know how many boxes to draw for the winning team. How many boxes do we need to draw? 4. And how many total did the winning team score? Winning team scored 8. So let's set the equation up for this. We're going to take our product, divide it by the number of boxes, and we're going to skip count to find the answer. 4, 8, 1, 2. The answer is 2. Question mark equals 2. Kiana sells 40 tickets to the school play. She sells 2 times as many tickets as Reese. How many tickets does Reese sell? Which equation can help you find the value of T? So we're going to use T instead of question mark because it tells us to. And we're going to first label Kiana. We know Kiana sold 40 and we know she sells 2 times as many. So she is not our OG because she sold 2 times as many. So that means there needs to be 2 boxes and that it equaled 40. Our OG is Reese. And we do not know how many she sold. So the equation that we'll write is going to start with the product, which is 40, divide by how many boxes Kiana had, 1, 2, and then we could skip count by 2s, which would take a long time, but we don't have to because it didn't ask us to solve. It just asked us to write the equation. Which equation can help you come up with it and use T? So 40 divided by 2, which is D. Okay, so right now, you're going to do the following pages using the information you just learned. You're going to do 135 and 136 and put your answers on the Google form that's provided in your math workbook spot in Classroom.